Hello everyone and welcome to another chapter of my Denmark campaign. It is the winter of 1700. Now what's actually happened is that I got a crash to desktop and actually recorded a bit after my first part, but then I got a crash to desktop I think when I ended this turn. So what's happened is it's auto-saved at the point where I've done everything that I spent all my money on this turn and done everything that I did on this turn, but I just haven't ended the turn yet. So what's happened is I'm upgrading the barracks here to a barracks so I can get line infantry and dragoons and regiments of horse and all that. Upgrading that to cobbled roads. Disembarked my army here, and I'm sending pikemen to Christiana. I'm sending militias to Christiana. I'm sending demi-cannons to Christiana. I don't know why they're all split up, that's not really good. But I sent my general's bodyguard and my provincial cavalry to the fort just outside of Christiana. And no recruitment. I've got my navy back in Aarhus. And plug bayonet is still going, 2 turns till that is done. Danish population is growing quite fast, 7 turns until we get Lubeck as our next port. I'll just move along to Iceland. I need to build roads there, but other than that I don't think I did much because I'm not making a huge amount of money. I'm making about 3,000 a turn. Oh yes, I'm recruiting an Indiaman. I think, yeah, that also happened. So I'll be sending this fleet along with the Indiaman probably to one of these trade theatres, probably the Ivory Coast. Watching this Swedish army, Carl Gustav Armfelt is the general. But to be honest, it's an army that I can easily defend against, because if they attack this fort, the only unit that they have that can actually scale the walls is their regiment of militia. Pikemen can't scale the walls. So they'd have 1 unit of militia being able to scale the walls against my 2 units of militia. So I'd win, because obviously their cavalry and pikemen are useless until they can get a gate, and they have no cannons. 3 turns until the military governor's encampment. That about does it for this turn. I'm just going to make a proper concrete save because I don't want to be loading from auto saves. Alright. See what games I was playing there. United Provinces in Sweden. United Provinces is a good campaign. I like the Dutch. Yep, spent money. Can't trade with anyone. The ports in your home region are at full capacity. Hooray. I'm going to end the turn now, but I'll probably cut out these end turn sequences because they are quite long. Alright, it's now summer 1701, and we have a new gentleman, Eberhard Eastbrand, which is fantastic. We'll put him into Odense. That means it's 1 turn until we get our plug bayonet. We have an iron mine in Kirkenes, Norway, and we have a logging camp in the Orkdal forests, but we need machine tools to improve that at all. One thing we are going to do is put all these troops into Christiana, meaning it now has a reasonable garrison. Not much else is happening in Denmark and move to Iceland because Iceland needs roads. It currently has none. So basic roads in Iceland. Population is growing, that's good. Quick overview of what's going on. Prussia's taken Gdansk, Austria's doing fine. Poland and Lithuania is obviously doing a little worse than normal. Still no move on the Crimean Khanate, but it's still, you know, pretty traditional stuff in Europe. We have a French fleet here, 2 6th rates, a 5th rate, and a brig. We're not going to try and fight them because they are bigger and better than we are. I will probably now build cobbled roads in Norway and just try and boost my economy some. Opera House. +2 to town wealth. Well, it's a kind of toss-up between building militia, building this opera house. I don't want to leave Denmark with no fortifications and no proper garrison. Gonna make quite a bit next turn, so I'm gonna screw the opera house. We're not gonna build that. Build 2 regiments. Yeah, we'll build 2 regiments of militia, and they can guard Denmark along with quite a lot of firelock armed citizenry, which is good. Christiana will get 3 units, it's not so bad. 1 turn till we get a better fishery in Bergen. Other than that, nothing really, I don't think. I'll just check my ministers actually. Espen Hansen. We'll get rid of him. Ooh, blimey! That is fantastic. That's really great. This is I like this government. That's brilliant. How old is he? He's 33. He's well, very pleased, because as Denmark I am going to have to be quite concerned about my naval power, because I want to become quite a big trading nation, and I also may well end up going toe to toe with not only Sweden but maybe Prussia, maybe Poland, Lithuania, maybe even Russia if they get a chance to come to the coast, and I may have some disputes with France if I have to take Newfoundland as a victory condition. Yeah. That seems to have done it for this turn, the summer of 1701. Alright, it is the winter of 1701 and we have plug bayonet. Really great technology this, and it should hopefully mean that we are much better protected against Swedish aggression for a good long time. I'm not going to get them to research carbines though. They're going to be redeployed to common land enclosures because we need the income. Our income incidentally is growing, which is excellent. I'm sure he is. He's the new member of the. He's the new part of the candidates for the government who are also the opposition. Poland, Lithuania, and Austria, or fishing fleet in Akureyri. So we'll get that into a major fishery. And where's Bergen? More south. Bergen major fishery. That French fleet has an awfully big army. Sure, they won't take Norway, will they? Who are they at war with? Let's see if I can get an alliance. Even for technology? No. Right. Trade partners with Sweden. I would be very surprised if they declare war on me. Very, very surprised, because, well, that just doesn't really happen, does it? Like, I would not expect that at all. But if it does happen, this campaign might be quite a short one. We'll carry on regardless, and we'll move our trade fleet with one Indiaman, a storeman. We'll move them to the West Africa Trade Theatre. We've got militia in Denmark now. There's our fleet. Bye, fleet. One turn till we get our barracks. We could potentially recruit some troops. Just debating whether it's worth it, really. Whether it might be better to save up and then potentially make a big investment and get settlement fortifications in Denmark. I think it might be, because that will mean I can effectively leave Denmark alone with a pretty small garrison, and it will mean that they can't get to any of my towns in Jutland, because they'll have to obviously go past Denmark. Denmark is a pretty good strategically positioned city from a defense against Sweden sense. Do we have a rake? No, we don't. To be fair, we don't have a tavern or anything. We're going to make 3,200 next turn, so we need 800 in the treasury. 503, that would leave us with about 30 short. I think we can make it. 773. Oh yeah, well, we can make it. We can make it. Alright. That probably does it for this turn. I mean, in future turns we'll probably... Oh. I might cancel this regiment of militia. And get an Indiaman's... Oh no, but if I get this Indiaman, we can't get our settlement fortifications. Alright, no Indiaman for this turn. We will get one next turn. Yep, that's winter of 1701 over and done with for Denmark.